Little Inky Johnson for you this morning. We haven't listened to Inky in a while. If y'all haven't ever, I don't know if he still speaks. I think he does. He might. But Inky Johnson had he used to be a football player in college and he got paralyzed on the field, right? Head-on collision, boom, right? All like he lost his arm and right hand and all the stuff, and then goes off to become a motivational speaker, right? Like the thing he thought he was going to go off and do in his life, he changed that and was like, I'm going to go do this, right? Just great stories of, again, success leaves clues, y'all. I always tell y'all that. Success leaves clues. He said something at the end, it's not about your circumstances, it's about what you're made out of. That is the essence of that saying that we say all the time. Life is 90% or 10% what happens to you, 90% how you respond to it. I hope we get this message long term. Like, I hope you understand this in your journey to get to the life that you want to build, that it's not about the circumstances, it's about what you're made out of. I love that analogy, right? Same boiling water that hardens the egg, softens the potato. Same circumstance, same water, same boiling, same temperature, makes one thing hard, makes another thing soft. It's not, it's about what you are made of. This is an internal game. When you are thinking so much about the external, it's not the problem. We are. You are. Internal game. The moment you understand that fully, like in every area of your life, that like you're the issue, right? Like it's me. So if I get better, right? If I grow, like my life becomes better. If I change my thinking, my life will change. Not if that person changes, not if my job changes, not if I get a better opportunity, not if I talk to this person, like none of those things. Like if I change, my life changes. And once we understand that principle, y'all, like we go to work every day working on ourselves. Jim Rohn quote, work twice as hard on yourself as you do on your job, as you do on your business. We give 60, 70, 80 hours a week to our jobs, to our business, to our life. Do you give the same effort to growing yourself, to finding out about what's happening inside of you that's causing your life to be this way? Every next level, he said this in there, every next level of life will require a different version of you. Every next version of your life will require a different version of you. So if you want to get to the next place, you got to be different. You're not going to get to the next place being the same person. I think I woke up thinking this. I woke up, right? Holy Spirit kind of dropped this in my mind. But again, to have something new, you have to do something like you've never done before. To have a different outcome in your life, you have to become a different person and do different things. Like it's very, very simple, but we have to, what I say at the beginning of this, we got to take this information and apply it in our life. It's not that we're teaching you anything new. Question is, are you doing what you already know to do? Are you committed to this process, to this journey of getting to the life that you don't need a break from? I'm gonna keep encouraging you down the path, y'all. It is gonna be hard, but choose your hard. Choose your hard, right? Just something you heard from Inky, right? Either way, choose your heart, right? Choose your heart. I wrote down, always be willing to reevaluate what you believe. Inky said he learned this as a teenager. Some of us are 40, 50, 60 and haven't learned that, right? That we get to reevaluate what our beliefs were. If you had a belief 10 years ago and you still hold the same belief today in some area that might be detrimental, right? Like you have to you have to be willing to change your belief. You have to be willing to change how you think about things. Like you are not supposed to think about life the same way you did in your 20s. Like you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to think about life the same way. You now have more information. You now have lived through some things, so it'll change your perspective. So always be willing to change that. It doesn't matter what age you are. But the more we say things like, that's who I am, that's how I've always been, that's just me, that's my family, like the more we say those things, the more what book is that? It talks about the fixed mindset versus the growth mindset. It might be called Mindset. That's actually the book. It's called Mindset by Carol Dweck. right? And it talks about a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. And they studied this in children, right? And it grows into adulthood. But basically, right, you be thinking that you are fixed, that your brain is fixed, that your personality is fixed, like it doesn't change. That's the fixed mindset. The growth mindset is I can constantly change. My mind will constantly evolve. My thoughts will constantly evolve. Scripture, right? When I was a child, I thought like a child. I spoke like a child, right? I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. That just means like I had to like change how I was thinking. You want to get to a life you don't need a break from. You have to be willing to change what you're thinking or what you've thought or what you believed or what you thought to be true because it might not be. And it might be holding you back from where you want to go. So we got to evaluate that. We get what we give in life, y'all. We get what we give. The law of reciprocity, you talked about it, but again, are we doing what we know? When you're in a season, this is good wisdom for you. When you're in a season where you're trying to get more, give more. Okay? When you're in a season where you're trying to get more out of life, you want more money, you want more opportunity, you want more whatever, resources, you want more peace, more happiness, you want more, give more. Right? Learn to take the focus off of you and put it on to some other people, things, organizations, right? Ideas, whatever, put it on something else, give more, and then you'll start getting more. Law of reciprocity. We give what we get. We get what we give. Right? There we go. We get what we give. And so we got to make sure we're giving good things so you can get back good things. Always keep that in mind. Letting go of the wheel. He gave that great story of letting go of the wheel, right? Letting go control, right? The analogy of letting go of control of your life, of all of the things that you're holding on to in the past. Remember, you can't, baseball analogy, you can't steal second with your foot still on first base. Right? You can't steal and get to the next base if your foot is still stuck over here. If you're still stuck in these mindsets, if you still have this same group of people that you're around, if you still think about things the same way, if you don't check, like if you're still stuck over here, you can't get to the next side. You can't get to the next level. You have to be willing to let go of control, let go of the wheel, like let go. What's the saying? Let go and let God, right? Like just let go of it. Sure, have a vision. Sure, have a plan. Sure, all those things. And you can't control this all. It's so funny that we're talking about this, right? This is how all my calendar, my rich dad calendar today says, control what you can control. That was for August 7th. Control what you can control. You know the other side of that? Stop trying to control things you can't control. Right? The reminder is control what you can control. What can you control? Your actions and your attitude. That's it. You got no control over anything else in life. You get to control, I get to control my actions, what I actually do, what my habits are, if I choose to go to the gym or not, if I choose to eat a certain way or not, if I choose to work in my business or not, if I choose to, right? I get to choose my actions. If you wake up and you go to a job and you're like, I don't choose this, then choose something different. That's all. Like you have choice over your life. The moment, again, you got to understand this if you want to go off and design your ideal life, y'all. That's all I speak to. We don't speak to the masses, right? This goes out on the internet. Like we're speaking to people that want to go design their ideal life. You have some big goals and dreams. You have some things you want to get to that's burning in you and you're just not seeing it happen. You have to be in the right mindset in order to do that. And so that's what we're talking about. Just for context, right? When we start understanding like how difficult, how hard a lot of this stuff is. But you got to understand like these are the things that are going to help you get to the life that you don't need a break from. Commit to the process, commit to the process, commit to the process. And then I wrote down people are valuable. Always remember people are valuable. Inky said in the video, right? People are the variable. I love the Mike Tyson quote, by the way, right? It is one of my favorite quotes of all time. Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Isn't that life? Right? Isn't that life? Everybody's got a plan until life punches you in the mouth. Everyone's going to build wealth until life punches you in the mouth. Everyone's going to get to their financial goals and everyone's going to be amazing until life punches you in the mouth. And then what? Then what do you do? How are you getting up off the ground? What are you made out of when life punches you in the mouth? Most people then lose their plan. They lose their way. They tuck their tail. They don't keep going. That can't be us. That can't be you if you want to go off and design your ideal life. People are valuable. People will always be valuable. I say this to those of you that are in business with me, right? Look at people are resources. People are valuable. Relationships are important. All those things. Again, just piggybacking off of that story that Inky just told, right? How would he know that in his moment of need, somebody that he helped shows up for him? What if that didn't play out? What if Inky Johnson wasn't that person and he didn't stop in the airport and talk to that guy? He was too busy. He had something going on. He was on the phone. He wasn't gracious. He didn't take the picture. What if he didn't do that? Would this guy have come through when he right flips his car, help support him and his son? You think that would have happened? More than likely not. More than likely not. But because he focused on people, Maya Angelou quote, right? People won't remember how people what's the quote? People won't remember what you said until they you understand how they feel. I don't know. I'll come up with that one, guys. I lost that one, but it'll come back to me and I'll get you with it. But the Maya Angelou quote is something along the lines of like people don't care about what you know until they care about how you feel or until you know how they feel. I don't know, something like that. But either way, you got to care about people, y'all. That's the point. You got to care about people. And in our text, the 177 mental toughness secrets, I think this is a chapter we haven't even read before, right? I don't even know that I've ever, read it before. Thank you, Ron. Right? Never forget. People never forget how you made them feel. Right? It's true. But the relationships are important. The people are important. You valuing people in your life will help you get to the life that you don't need a break from. You will not be able to do this by yourself. Life and business are team sports. You get to design your team. Like you get to either build a championship team or build a crappy team. Like you get to choose. What can you control? Your actions and your attitude. So you get to control that part of your life. In our text, in this 177 mental toughness secrets, it says the world class builds and nurtures an international network of contacts. You want to go off and design your ideal life, right? You want to go off and design your ideal life. You got to get to that place where you are thinking specifically about who am I around? If I flipped over outside of the Good Samaritan, would somebody come to help me? Have I put out enough good things? Have I nurtured enough good contacts? Do I have enough good relationships with people that in my time of need, someone will come help? That's the question. Here it says in the text, the average person sees networking as attending business and social events, passing out and picking up business cards. While this is a legitimate form of networking, the world class operates on a higher level. Champions know the most valuable asset they have are their personal and professional networks. One more time. Champions know the most valuable assets they have are their personal and professional networks. Most valuable asset. In business, you can measure the power of a player by the size of the Rolodex. Politicians are the greatest networkers on the planet. Every time they land in a different town, they call the most influential business leaders in the area who are in their network just to say hello. They are tirelessly developing and building and maintaining relationships with the most powerful people that they can reach. Professional performers are not only collecting business cards, but also handpicking exactly who they want to network with based on who can help them the most. World-class performers know that most people who attend networking events are people hunting for business. They want to invest time networking with other members of the world class, so they strategically place themselves in world-class settings such as fundraisers, benefits, political functions, country club outings. While the middle class collects business cards at a rubber chicken dinner, the great ones build relationships with the movers and shakers of society. The great ones build relationships with the movers and shakers of society. The difference in strategy is profound and requires something only the world class possesses, which is supreme self confidence. The middle class sees this as a crass operational strategy of using people to climb the ladder of success. The world class sees it as a symbiotic, synergistic relationship of give and take. Give and take. Law of reciprocity. Give what, right? Get what you give. Friends do favors, grant privileges, and create opportunities for other friends. It's the emotional nature of a man to want to help people who have helped him. The great ones are in a never ending quest to develop opportunities to reach out and assist people in their network. Then, when they need help, there's a psychological debt to which the world class performers respond. The power of contacts has put more than one president in the White House and into other powerful positions. It's possible for the average person to literally propel herself into the world class ranks by constructing a powerful network of contacts and friends. Of course, the middle class is surrounded by the same opportunity every day, yet choose to let it pass in lieu of some other activity where effort is minimal and pleasure is king. This quote up here says, if I had to name the single characteristic shared by all truly successful people I've met over a lifetime, I'd say it is the ability to create and nurture a network of contacts. Do you see people as valuable, or is it transactional? Do you see them as valuable? Yes, to help you get to the life that you want. Do you see people as again valuable to the place where you go and help them, you go give to them, you go connect with them so you can assist them in what they're doing. And one day, because you've given so much to the like you're gonna get it back. But people are the variable. We can talk all of the mindset things. We can talk, right? Like again, because that stuff is important. All of it's important to get to the life that you want. But I think we miss this people aspect a lot. If you're a believer, you're called to be a disciple, like you're called to be with people, right? If you're in business, you're going to be around people. To be good at business and life, you need people. You need to learn how to build a network of people that will support you, that you can support, that when you're ready to go to the next level, they're already there or you're pulling each other up. How's your network of contacts right now? If you just looked around, like how's your Rolodex? Got powerful people in there, you got successful people in there. I was right just having this conversation with my wife yesterday, right? Something we're learning in this season of our life is like, man, we need more like marriage mentors. Like we need more like contacts of people that are like further ahead. Like we sat down with one of our church members, our neighbors, right? They're really good people, been married 41 years. And we're just sitting, talking to them, picking their brain, right? Kind of telling them where we're at and learning what they're doing. Do you have a network of people in your contacts that you can reach out and get help from? Or are you always doing the helping? Are you like all your network of contacts are below you? Not to say like we're below, you know what I mean? But like you're giving them a hand up, right? You're always there for them because they're struggling, because they're always right going through something. Is that your network of contacts? Or do you have a network of contacts that get you into the political functions, the country clubs, the so you can have better conversations, so you can be get to the life that you actually want? Because what is it saying here? Friends do favors, grant privileges, open doors. New conversations lead to new opportunities, lead to new money, if we're just talking about money. But having a network of contacts, valuing people is going to help you get to this life you don't need a break from, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to work on that this weekend. Oh, thank you for dropping those in the chat, Tiff and Annette. Right? People won't remember what you said. They'll remember how you made them feel. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Annette, that was the one. So again, these are things we know. Are we doing what we know? Are we doing it? Are we putting this into practice? Are we going out and having these conversations? Are we improving our contacts so that it can help us on the journey of getting to the life that we don't need a break from? Do that this Friday, do that this weekend. Go out as always, do something that scares you, do something that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Maybe you need to call that person in your phone and start building a relationship with them because that's probably going to scare you a little bit, right? That probably is going to scare you to push you out of your comfort zone just a little bit more. But do something this weekend that your future self is going to thank you for. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve it. Your families deserve it. Okay? Nobody tells you. I'm always going to tell you, like, you deserve to win. You deserve to get to the life that you want. Now we just got to work. We just got to shift the thinking. Now we just got to get better. So let's go out and make it happen. Enjoy your weekend. See you guys Monday. Take care.